Blitz is defined as a sudden, savage attack. It is indeed all this. The theory is simple. Send more bodies at the quarterback than his blockers can absorb. The effect is sure. The premise is simple. It's a basic, primal confrontation, man to man. No excuses are offered, none accepted. From the right outside, from the left outside. From up the middle, they come all with blood in their eye, all with one idea. Get the quarterback. Get the man.
The football is... Oh! He is smashed as he comes up. And getting turned the corner, 5, touchdown! No. Cuts back inside. He's got a first down, 35-30. He may go. There he goes. There he goes. 5. Still awaiting the arrival of both football teams, taking every last minute into that dressing room, making sure they're on the right page. This is a crucial football game. This might be one of the biggest games Chanute has faced in quite some time.
I tell you what, it's a big game because a lot of different reasons why this is a big game. But another reason why it's a big game is because guys have prepared for this. Some of these guys have thought, some of these seniors have been considered great ball players. They've been waiting for this moment for a long time. All the practices, all the weight training, all the endurance training. The crowd is fired up. Everybody's going to be fired up tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can take it to them tonight, Mike.
Well, again, the fireworks going off here at the Cosmosphere. We're about 4 minutes and 14 seconds away from kicking this thing off. We'll have the meeting of the captains out in the middle of the field here in just a little bit. And here come the Chanute Blue Comets out in the field. Comets in their home blue, gold pants, gold helmets with a big C on the side of them. The Fort Scott Tigers in their road white trimmed in red helmets. And Chanute and Fort Scott. Should be a pretty good battle, one of the top battles in the SEK.
I tell you what, you have to tune in on Saturday because, first of all, Croft does an excellent job with his work. And second of all, these have been some classic ball games, Mike. They've really been some classic ball games, and these guys have really done a great showing every week. So, I mean, it's one thing to hear it, it's one thing to see it in person, but go ahead and get you some leftovers on that Saturday morning and take that game out.
Well, Fort Scott tonight will start at quarterback number 5. He's a 6', 175-pound junior, Dakota Gettler. The running backs will be number 46, 6'1", 205-pound junior, Jake Latimer. The other running back we'll see a lot of, number 1, 5'10", junior, 175-pound Chris Banks. The wideouts will be number 2, 6' senior, Jacob May. The other wide receiver, number 4, 5'11", junior, Jared Cousins. Bob Campbell, one of the top coaches in the state of Kansas, the coach of the Fort Scott Tigers. He's also been the head coach in the Kansas East-West Shrine Bowl football game. When you talk football coaches, you start at the top with Bob Campbell. For the Blue Comets, Dallas Millfeld gets to start at quarterback tonight, number 11. Good to see Austin Brayman, number 24, hard-running junior running back. He's back in the lineup following a concussion. He'll be back in there. And then you start throwing the football, DJ. You just go up and down the lineup. Brett Dirks, Bo Smith, Nathan Ehlert, Tyler Haight, and it just goes on and on and on. This is a talented football team. I'm Mike Sutcliffe along with TJ Dangerfield. The Chanute Blue Comets will defend the north goal. They will kick off. They'll be moving left to right. We described the action for you here in the opening quarter of play. Kicking off for the Chanute Blue Comets will be number 84, Nathan Ehlert. Fort Scott Tigers will receive. They'll defend the south goal here. Not much wind to speak of. It's a little brisk out there. It's going to drop into the 40s before this football game is all said and done. Back deep at around the 5-yard line to field the opening kickoff, number 18, Joe Cook. He's 5'7", and he's a junior. For the Fort Scott Tigers, he's got good speed. All right, folks, here we go. Nathan Ehlert has it teed up at the 40-yard line, and we're about ready to get this thing underway. The run up and the kick, we are underway. Line drive kick, it's going to sail into the end zone and out of the end zone, and the Fort Scott Tigers will take the football at their own 20-yard line on the touchback. So a nice kickoff by Nathan Ehlert to get this football game underway.
Yes, it was. He boomed it on back there. No wind. What the heck? Go for it. And let's see if we can come out and get 3 and out here, Mike, on the first drive.
Fort Scott likes to run the option. Predominantly, they like to dominate the line of scrimmage. It opens up the pass play as well.
That's going to be a key matchup is Tyler Haight and Tenpenny on the ends there. They're going to see if they can hold down that option, Mike.
Backs are split. They'll send a man in motion. That is Jacob May. Long count by Gettler. Turns, hands off, stood up at the line of scrimmage, then pushed back. Chanute's defense up to the task on the opening carry from scrimmage by Jake Latimer, the 6'1 junior. He had no running room at all. Might have gained a foot, and the Comets slammed him back. So Chanute defensively getting into that red zone, so to speak, on that line of scrimmage, that imaginary line, got in there and knocked down the ball carrier for no gain.
You know you're in trouble anytime that defensive line meets you in the backfield. You're in for a tough night.
And they go on a draw play up the middle, knocked down, gain of about 3 on the play, and carrying the football that time for the Fort Scott Tigers, number 1, Chris Banks, a 5'10 junior. Had a little bit of a hole, but the Comets filled nicely. Gain of 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 6 yards to go. Long 6, just shy of the 24-yard line. Just underway. Chanute and Fort Scott. Comets gunning for an outright SEK championship and a district championship tonight. An SEK championship would be their first outright since 1935. Handoff, the quarterback keeper to near side, 30 and up to the 34-yard line. Then the Fort Scott Tigers pick up a 1st down. That's a nice fake into the line by Dakota Gettler. He got around the corner and picked up the 1st down up near the 34-yard line. 1st down Tigers.
Gettler has a little bit of speed, and they did a good job of freezing the linebackers with the fake handoff. And he was able to get to the hole and get up the field for a 10-yard gain.
Chanute tough up the middle. That time Gettler got around the outside. Chanute kind of pinned in inside, and he was able to pick up the 1st down. 1st down Tigers at their own 34-yard line. Split backs. Now they fake the handoff. They want to throw. Hit as he throws. Throws out in the flat. Is going to be caught up near the 42-yard line. Caught by the running back out of the backfield, Jake Latimer. They faked to him. And then once he got into the secondary, they threw over the top of the rush by the Comets. Gain goes for 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. Nice play by the Tigers. 10:06 to go in the opening quarter of play. Just underway. Fort Scott in their opening drive of the football game. 2nd down and 2. Dakota Gettler. Now we got movement. Right guard jumps off sides. Movement by number 58, Corey Davis. That's going to cost the Tigers 5 yards.
Every once in a while, when you know the guy you're going up against is tough, and I tell you what, you got Garza, you got a lot of guys down there. That defensive line is tough. You're going to get somebody that's good. You get a little anxious. You get a little ahead of yourself, and that's something that happens a lot to younger players. Instead
of 2nd and 2, it's 2nd and 7 now. Fort Scott split backfield for the Tigers. Wide receiver to the far side of the field. Long count by Gettler. Turns, keeps it on the ground. Carrying the football is Latimer. He stood up. Short gain on the play. Might have got forward progress up near the 40-yard line. Picked up a couple on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down, about 4 yards to go for Fort Scott. They've got to get up near the 44-yard line. So it's 3rd and 4. Big play for Chanute's defense on his opening drive for the Fort Scott Tigers.
And right now, Fort Scott has done a pretty good job of running a healthy offense. They've been balancing out, mixing it up, play action fakes, running the ball in the pass play. So let's see what they do on this down, Mike.
Now they go on an inside handoff, and hole opens up across the 45 and up near the 49-yard line. Running hard, Chris Banks. He's got a first down, a pickup of 9 on the play for the Fort Scott Tigers. That time they went against the grain and took it from left to right up near the 49-yard line. It's a first down, Fort Scott. Back-to-back first downs for the Tigers on the move with the football.
Right now they're doing a good job, and they're doing it because they're mixing up the play calling, keeping the blue Comets, and right now the defense is playing on their heels because they don't know quite what to expect.
First down, Fort Scott just shy of midfield. And they go on another handoff up the middle. And again, carrying a football into Comet territory across the 45 and down near the 43-yard line. In on the tackle for the Blue Comets. Getting off the bottom of the pile is Ehlert. Also, it is Travis Ratliff, number 66. It goes for a gain of 8 yards on the play. And again, it's Chris Banks. And he's showing us a little speed. He's 5'10", 175. And he just busts into that hole.
He's showing speed. He's also had some holes to run through. He's running a little taller than you like a running back to run, but he's gotten some help up front. Them guys right now opening up some areas for him to run.
Second down and 2, and they keep it on the ground. Again, running hard across the 40 and down to the Comet 39-yard line is Banks. Got a first down off right tackle. Jacob Rutledge, 52, in on the tackle. Gets up limping a little bit. Have to check him out. Rutledge got banged up last week. First down, Tigers just inside the Chanute 39-yard line. Opening drive of this football game. Jacob May goes split to the far side of the field. Chanute, 4 down linemen defensively. Chanute operates out of a 4-4. Long count. And now they turn. Give it to the second option, breaking to the near side and hit and driven down in the open field. That is Busenberry in on the tackle, knocked down Latimer. It is a loss on the play. Boy, nice open field tackle by Busenberry. He shot in at the knees and knocked down the ball carrier as he tried to turn the corner to the near side. It goes as a loss of a yard. It's second down and 9 for Fort Scott.
Great awareness that time by Busenberg. Came up, made a classic stick, wrapped up and brought the man down. That's good tackling that time.
Well, second and 10, we'll call it. Tiger football. Again, a man in motion is Jerry Clements. Now they go on a handoff to Clements. Right to the outside, knocked down at the 37-yard line to pick up a 2. But again, nice open field tackle. That time, number 9, Brett Dirks in on the tackle for the Comets. It's going to bring up third down and 8 for Fort Scott. Big third down call for Chanute's defense, DJ.
Great play that time by Nathan Ehlert. Came from the safety position. Nobody was able to get to him, and he was able to make a great open field tackle, like you said, Mike.
Still a lot of people coming into the Cosmosphere. Big crowd on hand here. Third down and 8. Quarterback draw. Hole opens up 35-30. First down and down to the Chanute 26-yard line. That time Chanute came with a blitz. That was a nice call by Bob Campbell and the Fort Scott Tiger coaching staff. That time Gettler dropped back, wanted to throw the football, and went on a straight up the middle quarterback draw. Picked up the first down in a big gain, and it is first down Fort Scott. Moving the football at the Chanute 26-yard line.
They're actually putting together a pretty good drive. This is a long time since we've seen our defense on the field this long. They picked up 4 first downs here in this first drive, Mike.
Gettler, option to the far side, keeps the football. He's hit and driven down. Gained a yard on the play. And that time it was Austin Brayman, 24, who wrapped up the quarterback after a short gain of a yard. Brings up second down and 9. Fort Scott has brought a lot of people to this football game. Comets likewise. This is a great setting for high school football here at the Cosmosphere. Opening drive of the football game. This drive has taken over 6 minutes already. Again, they'll keep it on the ground, and a short gain. Chanute stacks them up. Looks like a flag goes down at the point of the tackle. We'll see what this is all about. We've got face mask against the Comets. Boy, tough break. The Comets had him knocked down for about a gain of a yard. We'll see if this is 5 or 15. 5 yards inadvertent. Face mask penalty. So they'll move the football inside the 20-yard line. They'll spot it at around the 18. They'll get the down over, and it's 2nd down and 2. So Fort Scott, an impressive drive here in this opening drive of the football game. They keep it on the ground. Fullback straight up the middle, and he's near a 1st down. Fort Scott's been pretty key on these 3rd down conversions, DJ, here in this 1st quarter.
Well, this is really close.
Got an official's timeout. We're going to have a measurement out on the field. See if the Tigers have picked up that 1st down.
Right now, Fort Scott is doing a good job of mixing up who they're giving the ball to between Latimer and Banks. And Kettler's actually run the ball effectively too. And they're doing a good job right now of not quite knowing who's got the football. A lot of play action fakes, and they get the 1st down there, Mike.
All right, 1st down, Fort Scott. Football resting at the Chanute 16-yard line. 5:13 to go in the 1st quarter, and the Comets have yet to touch the football. Fort Scott has taken the opening kickoff, and they have marched down to the Chanute 16-yard line where they've got a 1st down. DJ Chanute's got to stiffen up on that play up the middle. Fort Scott has that misdirection play. They send guys going every which way. Chanute's got to finally pick out one guy, stay with him, and make sure everybody's covered for.
They're using Chanute's speed against them. A lot of teams like to do that with the misdirection. When you're going against somebody quicker than you, they come in a little quick. You can misdirect and use that speed against them.
1st down, Tigers at the Chanute 16. And they go on a handoff inside the 15, a rolling down near the 12-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 4 on the play. Checking in the Comet lineup, number 74, Ethan Leroy. 5'9", 255-pounder. He's going to check in and replace Anthony Garza. Gain of about 3 on that last play brings up 2nd and 7. Tigers, they've got to get near the 6-yard line to pick up the 1st down. 4:16 to go in the opening quarter of play. Tigers again keeping it on the ground, pushing that line forward inside the 10 and down to the 9-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd down, a short 3 for the Fort Scott Tigers.
This is more than likely 4-down territory for the Fort Scott Tigers, and so we're going to have to definitely tighten it up here.
Been an error-free football game. Just one penalty called on Chanute, a 5-yard inadvertent face mask. Other than that, Fort Scott has been moving. 3rd down and 3, Tigers. And again, dive play straight up the middle. A late flag comes in. And the ball all the way down to the 5. If it stands, it will be a 1st down. And we'll see what this penalty is all about. Face mask against the Comets again. Boy, these penalties are going to upset head coach Don Simmons. Well, moving half the distance to the goal. It's an automatic 1st down, Fort Scott, so it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 3-yard line of Chanute. 3:30 to go in the 1st quarter. Chanute has not touched the football. Fort Scott's kept it on the ground with the exception of one pass this entire drive. 1st and goal. They keep it on the ground, and stood up, knocked down shy of the goal line is Chris Banks. But he got inside to 1. It's going to be 2nd and goal just outside the Blue Comet goal line. What an impressive drive for the Fort Scott Tigers on the opening drive of this football game.
They're doing a good job up front. Right now they're riding the horses up front.
Boy, look for them to fake into the line, maybe a quarterback keeper. We'll see. Quarterback sneak up the middle, and it's going to be a Fort Scott Tiger touchdown. Tigers score first. They draw first blood with 2:50 to go in the 1st quarter. Quarterback sneak by Dakota Gettler, and Fort Scott grabs a 6-0 lead.
That time he went right behind center and pushed forward, was able to break the plane and get into the end zone. And you got to hand it to the Fort Scott coach. You know Coach Campbell had him prepared.
In an attempt to extra point, Stephen Doherty. The placement's down. The kick is on the way, and this kick is good. And with 2:50 to go in the 1st quarter of play from the Cosmosphere and Chanute, our score, Fort Scott 7, Chanute nothing. Welcome back to the Chanute Community Sports Complex. Fort Scott takes the opening kickoff, drives it down the field, and scores with 2:50 to go in the opening quarter of play. That last drive was a 9-minute and 10-second drive, predominantly on the ground, and Fort Scott leads it 7-0. A fast-moving first quarter here at the Cosmosphere. Comets will finally get the opportunity to touch the football. Back deep on the near side for the Chanute Blue Comets is Nathan Aylord. On the far side, number 22, Bo Smith. Doherty has it teed up at the 40-yard line. And the run-up and the kick by the Tigers. Long, deep kick. Going to be fielded on the near side by Aylord at the 9. Across the 10, 15, 20, center of the field. Breaks across the 20, up near the 25, to the 26-yard line. The flag goes down.
That looks like Kyle Black made a legal block.
Going to be holding on Chanute, you're right, and that's going to move the Comets back. So Chanute will start their drive deep in their own territory.
Right now, the Fort Scott offense did exactly what Chanute's offense is going to try to do. They're going to try to hold on that football as long as possible. Let's see if this offense can get good things rolling here.
This Comet drive will start at their own 13-yard line. Out of quarterback is Dallas Millfelt. Puts a man in motion and goes on a handoff up the middle. Hole opens up across the 15, up near the 20-yard line. Running hard, Austin Brayman. Good to see him back in there, number 24. Broken off left tackle and runs forward for about a gain of 8 on first down. 2nd and 2. The Comets in the no-huddle offense.
That time they did a fake handoff with Nathan Aylord in motion and went to Brayman with the misdirection.
4 out in the pass pattern for the Blue Comets. They'll put Aylord in motion. Take the handoff to him. Millfeld drops back. What's a throw? Looks deep down the left sideline. He's got Dirks out there. He makes the catch. 40.
Bam.
He is gone. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Brett Dirks hauls it in. He got behind the secondary, and Millfeld on 2nd and 2 unloads, threw a bullet down the field. Dirks hauled it in and outraced the defense. He was gone, and it's 7-6.
That was Coach Simmons' play calling. He put Aylord in motion twice with the play action fake. Defensive end cheated because they thought Aylord was going to get the ball, and the machine Brett Dirks takes it to the house. And great pass that time by Dallas Millfeld.
Boy, that drive didn't last very long. And the Fort Scott Tigers drive was over 9 minutes long. It's 7-6. That's what we're talking about, the weapons from the Chanute Blue Comet offense. Snaps there, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And with 2:07 to go in the opening quarter of play, we're all tied. Fort Scott 7, Chanute 7. This 32nd timeout, you're listening to Blue Comet football. Back live at the Chanute Community Sports Complex. Fort Scott went 9 minutes and 15 seconds on a drive for their first score. The Chanute Blue Comets take a whopping 38 seconds for their score, and their Comet kickoff, a high, deep kick, fielded at the goal line by the Fort Scott Tigers. Angling right across the 10, 15, 20. Now hole opens up, and finally an open field tackle by Aylord saved the touchdown at the 35-yard line. Boy, that hole opened up for Jake Latimer, and he almost took it to the house.
That was good save that time by Nathan Aylord. He kind of has to do it all there. He did a good job stepping up and making the hit.
Got some scores to pass along early. Iola leading Girard 12-0, and Fredonia leading Neodesha 6-0.
Boy, there's some hitting going on out there. Boy, this is a classic high school football game right here, Mike.
First down, Fort Scott, 7-7 tie. Handoff at the middle, stood up and ran back after a short gain. That time, Chanute clogged up the middle. They had about 3 or 4 big blue jerseys inside there. Ratliff in there for the Blue Comets. Jacob Rutledge, also Tyler Haight, 89. They plugged the gap that time. It's a short gain of a yard, 2nd and 9, Fort Scott.
This is interesting, Mike. This is what you got to be able to do in the postseason is make adjustments. So this is going to be a good test for us. The defense kind of got rocked a little bit in that first series. Let's see how well they adjust here, Mike.
Now the Tigers will put 3 out in the pass pattern to the near side. They want to throw. Rolling out, the quarterback, Gettler, across the 40. He's hit and driven out of bounds near the 43-yard line. Well, they'll spot him down right at the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down at about 3. That time they flushed the pocket to the near side. The quarterback rolled out to buy time and sent 3 receivers down the left side of the field, and that time as they converged in, he was able to run it upfield, picked up about 6 on the play.
What you're hoping to catch one of them wide receivers, take a linebacker, keep the linebacker from making the play, and that time Ratliff had to come all the way from the far side to make the tackle.
3rd down, a long 2, maybe 3 for the Fort Scott Tigers. Gettler under center. Long count 4. And now the left guard moves for the Fort Scott Tigers. That's going to move them back about 5 yards.
I'll tell you what, we talked about that. That's the second time they've done that tonight. Whenever you're going up against a formidable opponent up front, you tend to jump off like that because you're anxious and you know you got to do your job, and that's respect. That kind of lets you know how much people respect the defensive line of the Blue Comets.
50 seconds left to go in the opening quarter of play, and the clock running. It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Fort Scott Tigers. Triplets out to the far side. Gettler rolls out right, wants to throw, looks downfield, throws out in the flat, tip incomplete. Nice play on the far side. It's going to bring up 4th down for Fort Scott. Comet defense has held with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the Comets will build a punt. Dropping back is Austin Brayman on the far side. Brett Dirks on the near side, standing at about their own 25-yard line.
That time they caught Westerman, had to get out in the flat and cover the wide receiver. Did a good job not giving the quarterback anything room to throw to.
Jacob Lawrence back to punt for Fort Scott, standing at his own 23. The snap's there. The run up and the kick. High kick angling to the far side. Comets run up, and catch is made by Brayman. That's a dangerous play. Falls down right at his own 38. The Comets out of the football. 27 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, buddy. He came up with it.
Boy, he came up in traffic. He didn't have to field that football, but he did. And fortunately came up with the football. He had to pause a little bit whether or not he fumbled it, but he got on top of it. And the Comets will have this football at their own 38-yard line. A 7-7 tie to Cosmosphere. Comets line up in an I formation. Millfield goes on a handoff to Ehlert, breaks the outside 40, puts his head down and runs into a secondary back at about the 43-yard line. That's a big-time hit, but Ehlert picks up right at 4 yards in the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 Comets. We'll see if that's the last play. Comets quickly up the line of scrimmage. 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. Millfield looks at the 4-down lineman for the Fort Scott Tigers. Now we got a timeout on the field. Say officials timeout. 2 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now they start up the clock. That's going to do it for the first quarter. That was a fast-moving first quarter with a lot of excitement. Our score at the end of 1 from the Cosmosphere in Chanute. Fort Scott 7. Here we go, the second quarter. Chanute will take over with the football, facing 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Millfield drops back, wants to throw, guns across the middle. He's got a man out there, and he overshoots Smith at the 25-yard line. He had 2 steps on the secondary that time, just overshot his fingertips, and Bo Smith would have been gone. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 yards to go for the Blue Comets.
He had 2 guys. He had Dirks down the sideline again. Also, there was 2 guys open. And I tell you what, that play action buys you a lot of time back there, and them defensive backs cheap. They're going to pay for it back there in that backfield, in that secondary.
5 out in a pass pattern for the Comets. Dallas Millfield out of the shotgun. They'll snap it back to him. Trots back near the 35. Rolls left. Feeling the pressure. Looks downfield. He's going to be forced to run the football. He's at the 45 and bumped out of bounds at the 47-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of a 1st down, and he paid the price.
Almost late on that play, almost.
Millfield tried his best to pick up that 1st down. He's going to be a yard shy of the 1st down to spot it right at just across the 47-yard line. 4th and a yard. And Millfield looking over to the near side. Does Chanute dare go for it on 4th and a yard? We'll see. The Comets are in the huddle. They'll break the huddle. Never can tell with Don Simmons. I'll tell you, go to Las Vegas with this guy.
They might see if they can draw somebody off sides on this play, Mike. They might be trying to draw Fort Scott off sides.
Comets up the line of scrimmage. Now they shift. Oh, and Fort Scott jumps over the line of scrimmage. That's going to cost a 5. What a play.
Coach Simmons is a dirty dog. Oh, that's low down dirty. That's low down dirty. Yeah,
offsides,
buddy.
Fort Scott. That's a 1st down.
Yeah, buddy. See, what happens is nobody went down. You You cannot, they have the right to switch until they go down, and you can't assume anything, and they weren't down until they got the first down. That's an old school play right there. I tell you what, I like that. I kind of like that Coach Simmons guy. I tell you what, he earned that first down, baby.
I'll tell you what, he needs to go to K-State.
He earned that one.
First down, Blue Comets at the 48-yard line. A little trickery that time. Millfeld under center, puts Smith in motion to the far side, and they fake the handoff to Smith. Now they get on a handoff to Smith, 45-40.
He's still on his feet.
He's at the 35, and he's got a first down.
They're saying
But there is a fumble. We'll see if Fort Scott got it. A fumble near the sideline. The officials are going to confer. That football was separated at around the 33-yard line. Boy, I think it might have rolled out of bounds, and if it did, the Comets got a break.
Yeah, they did, so you take it, too.
It is. Blue Comet first down and the football. That ball rolled out of bounds. So the Comets with the first down at the Fort Scott 34-yard line.
Oh, we're going to have some fun tonight, Mike. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Boy, I hope they got enough fireworks down there in that end zone. This is a heck of a ball game, folks. First down, Chanute at the Fort Scott 34. Millfeld, long count, puts a man in motion, fakes a handoff, wants to throw. He's going to be hit and sacked all the way back at the 43. They came with the blitz. Linebacker came from the far side. Latimer rolled around the end, came in and sacked Millfeld back. They'll say at the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up second down and long.
Latimer said, you better recognize he came there, and he was untouched. And Millfield felt the brunt of that one. I tell you what, he's a tough kid, though.
But he held on to the football.
Yes, he did.
Second down and long. Second and 17. Comets at the 41. This time they go on a handoff up the middle. Brayman across the 40. And we'll see where they spot the football. Like say, knee went down just across the 40. It's going to bring up third and 16 now for the Comets. Short gain on the play.
Latimer made a big play, and that's constantly going to see. Now, some people don't have a play where you pick up 16 yards in a playbook, but I tell you one thing, the Blue Comets do. They have a playbook that Lord knows how many yards they can pick up. We've seen them do this before, Mike.
4 out in a pass pattern for the Comets. They fake a pass to the near side. Millfeld draws back, guns across the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Tyler Haight at the 30. Threw it a little bit in back of him, and it's going to bring up fourth down. And we'll see if the Comets have a little pooch kick involved in this next opportunity.
That was Justin Schroeder who put the pressure that time on Millfield and forced him to throw a little quicker than he probably wanted to. And if you remember correctly, Millfield sometimes gets off to a slower start, and he'll start revving it up here in a little bit.
Punt team in there for the Blue Comets. Ehlert standing at his own 48-yard line. Right now, you want to keep it away from the punt receiver. High snap, the run up and the kick by Ehlert. Nice kick. It's going to be a fair catch called. They're going to let it roll. It's inside the 10. It's inside the 5. What a roll. It's going to roll dead inside the 2. So the Blue Comets have the Fort Scott Tigers pinned back. Right now, they're pushing all the right buttons here in this second quarter. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Quite a ball game going on. Chanute and Fort Scott tied at 7.
I'll tell you what, Mike. If you're not here, I need to let you know you're missing out on some serious speed. Both of these teams has got some guys who can really run, and they're doing some great tackling too. So this has been an awesome game here early.
First down, Fort Scott just outside their own 1-yard line. Quarterback sneak trying to buy some room. They'll push forward up near the 4-yard line. They'll pick up a couple on the play. Well, you just want to get out of the shadows of your own end zone if you're Fort Scott right now. Second down and 8. Tigers just shy of their own 5. Across their 4. Shoot, right now, big play right here defensively. DJ, they've got to get a stop on Fort Scott and get that football back.
That would be nice.
Split backs for the Tigers. Dakota Gettler looks over Chanute's defense. Takes a snap. Again, a quarterback sneak straight up the middle. Carries it up near the 6. Picks up 2 more yards. It's going to bring up a third down play for the Fort Scott Tigers. It's going to be third down and 6. This is a huge play for Chanute's defense.
We've seen this kind of happen last week for the Missouri Tigers. They're taking a page out of the Missouri Tigers playbook. They kind of got backed up, used Brad Smith 3-4 times in a row. They ended up taking one to the house, and they're kind of doing that right now, it looks like it.
Third down, a short 6 to go for the Fort Scott Tigers. Wide receiver to the near side, split backs. Gettler off to the far side, keeps the football. He's going to be hit and driven down, and he's going to be short of a first down, driven down near the 8-yard line. And that's going to force a Fort Scott punt with 8:45 to go in the first half of play. So Chanute's defense did what they had to do. Now they're going to force the Fort Scott Tigers to punt, and a punter will be standing in his own end zone to try to punt this thing away.
Back-to-back punts forced by the defense, and that's the defense we were waiting to see. And I tell you what, Fort Scott's going to get a little more trickier than that if they think they can just run Latimer this whole game.
See if the Comets come with a rush. Fourth down and about 3. The snap's there. The rush is on. The kick's high, and it's going to be a fair catch called at the 41-yard line. Fumbles the football. Raymond diving after the football. Did he come up with a football? We'll see. They're going to unpile at about the 40-yard line, and boy, fortunately for the Comets, they covered it up. Boy, that football was on the turf a long time, DJ.
I'll tell you what, when it's cold like that out there, you got to have some special hands and hang on to that football. And you got to catch it fundamentally sound, too.
Boy, almost a disaster for the Comets. They'll start this drive. Good field position at the Fort Scott 42-yard line. Haight goes split to the far side. Dirks to the near side. In the slot is Smith. They'll line up in an I formation behind Dallas Millfield. Fakes a handoff, rolls right, wants to throw the football, looks downfield. He's going to run the football across the 40 and dives up near the 41-yard line. He lost the football. Fort Scott says they have the football.
Maybe he was down.
And fortunately, again, the Comets lose the football, but was whistled down. The ground caused a fumble, so the Comets have it at the 39-yard line of Fort Scott. It goes as a gain of 2, 2nd and 8, Comets.
That time they're trying to isolate Tyler Haight, it looked like. And good downfield coverage that time by the Fort Scott secondary.
Boy, what a ball game. Both teams scored on their opening drives. We're tied at 7 here in the second quarter. Ayler goes on a handoff near side. 35, dances inside the 35 and down near the 33-yard line. He's going to be about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards shy of a first down. It's going to bring up third down Comets, 7:12 to go in this first half of play.
We knew they were going to hand the ball to him at some point in time. They put Ayler in motion a few times tonight. That time they gave it to him. He made a couple guys miss, showing off his skills.
Third down is short, Comets. Third down less than 2 as they approach the line of scrimmage. Millfield takes a long look over the defense. Puts Ayler in motion. Now they go on a handoff to Brayman. He's going to be hit and stood up. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down. Fort Scott was ready for that one. They clogged up the middle. They brought the linebackers up to fill the gap, and it's actually going to go for a short loss on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down. We'll see what the Comets have in store. Again, scores around Southeast Kansas. Iola leading Girard 12-0. Fredonia leading Neodesha 6-0 in their game. Fourth down, it looks like the Comets, at least they're lining up in punt formation at this time. Fourth down and about 3. They'll snap it back to Ehlert. Runs up, gets a kick away, and this time it's a deep kick, and it's going to roll into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, and Fort Scott will take over at their own 20-yard line with 6:08 to go in the first half of play. Our score, Fort Scott 7, Chanute 7.
Right now, both defenses are doing a good job of making adjustments and trying to figure out what either team's going to do. And it's like this is going to come down to a big play here, Mike. I don't know if Fort Scott's going to be able to put together another 80-yard drive like they did in that first one. So it seems like one of these offenses is going to have to make another big play.
Well, the Comets gave up a little bit of field position after they had Fort Scott on their previous drive pinned back at the 2. Now Fort Scott starts this drive at the 20. One setback behind Gettler. Slot to the near side. Wide receivers left and right for the Tigers. They'll put a man in motion. Now they fake a handoff. They want to throw the football. The pressure's on. He's going to be hit. He's going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line. Chanute came with a blitz and got back there, disrupted the play, and was able to knock down the quarterback for a loss on the play of 5.
And that was Garza who got back there and made the play that time for the Chanute Blue Comets. He came in on the stunt, was able to get the sack.
Second down and 15 yards to go for the Fort Scott Tigers just outside their own 15-yard line. Boy, Chanute's defensive line has played really good football coming down the stretch of this football season. 5:27 to go. First half. Clock continues to roll. 7-7 tie. And now Fort Scott up the line of scrimmage calls timeout. Timeout with 5:21 to go in a half. Our score, Fort Scott 7, Chanute 7. It's got off to a quick start. Fort Scott drove down the field, took up 9 minutes and 15 seconds, and put their opening drive into the end zone. They led at 7-0, but the Comets came right back in a matter of seconds to tie the ball game at 7. Since then, both teams have stepped up defensively. We got a heck of a ball game going on here.
Yes, we do, and each team is waiting for somebody to make a mistake as Fort Scott begins to fill us out here defensively, and it's going to be who makes the first mistake and who capitalizes on it.
Still a lot of late arrivals coming into this football game. Handoff at the middle. Hole opens up across the 20 and up near the 22-yard line. Nice run up the middle. Carrying the football, Jake Latimer, the 6'1 junior. That's a pretty good size, 215 pounds. Picks up about 2 on the play. Third down and 8 for Fort Scott.
Yeah, that's coming off of that sack, Mike. He picked up some of them yards back, and that's his biggest gain of the night. That's 7 yards. That's his biggest carry for the night so far.
So the Fort Scott Tigers facing a big 3rd down and 8 call. Quarterback goes on a handoff. He's knocked down, fumble, and a scramble for the loose football. Chanute says they have the football at the 24-yard line. We'll see as they unpile. Fort Scott comes out of there with a football. It's going to bring up 4th down, but boy, that football rolled around. It looked like a Comet had jumped on the football, but apparently it squirted out. Fort Scott got it, and it's 4th and 7. Fort Scott football at their own 23-yard line. They're going to be forced to punt the football. Still plenty of time for the Blue Comets here in the first half to try to tack on another score.
I'm thinking because of that cold weather, that ball's been on the ground a lot tonight, Mike, and the first team to come up with one of them recoveries. We've seen that a few times tonight.
Snaps there, and the kick is away. It's going to be fielded at the 43-yard line. Dirks near side 45 midfield. He's down the sideline 45 and bumped out of bounds. Bumped out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 42-yard line of Fort Scott, and now Dirks is hurt on the near sideline, and that's not good news. Dirks took a pretty good pop as he got right on that sideline, was slammed out of bounds. And we'll hope Brett Dirks is going to be all right. Football at the Fort Scott 42-yard line.
He shook up down there. He did a good job. He did a fundamentally sound catch there. He did a good job catching that ball.
Well, they're tending to Brett Dirks on the near side. Chanute up the line of scrimmage. Football at the Tiger 42-yard line. They'll line up in an I formation. Milfeld puts Ratliff in motion. It's the lead blocker. They go on a handoff to Ehlert. Tries to break the outside, spins 45 and down near the 40. Picks up 2 yards on the play is all. But that time he was hemmed in the backfield. Made a nice move to pick up the 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 call for the Comets. 3:35 clock rolling. First half 7-7 tie Chanute and Fort Scott.
He did a good job that time of keeping from losing yardage. That's 3 carries right now for Ehlert with 12 yards.
Well, Brett Dirks up on his feet, looks to be okay.
The wind
might have had the wind knocked out of him. You're right. 2nd down and 8 Comets. Twin receivers to the near side, one to the far side for Milfeld. He wants to throw, drops back, gets good protection, guns, throws, complete, caught by Smith, 25-20, and down to the Fort Scott Tiger 17-yard line. That time, Milfeld threw a rope across the middle, right between the 2 and the 2 of Bo Smith, number 22, and he hauled it in and took it down to the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains. First down, Comets on the move with the football.
Mike, I agree with you. Boy, Milfeld really put some fire on that one. And then the great pass and great catch, and Bo Smith got into the seam. And if you watch his route on Saturday morning, you'll see he ran a great route.
First down, Comets. Again, Milfeld wants to throw, pumps once, looks, throws across the middle. It is going to be hit and incomplete. The pass intended for Tyler Haight. It hit his hands. He was bumped from behind. Boy, that was awful close to being maybe pass interference.
They look like they're really trying to get Tyler Haight involved. We've had about 3 or 4 times he's been the intended receiver, and we've looked for him, or we've passed the ball and haven't come up with anything yet. They're really trying to get Tyler Haight involved on the offensive end, Mike, it looks like.
2nd and 10, just inside the Fort Scott 18-yard line. Comets are in within field goal territory. 2:53 to go in the half. They want 7. 2nd and 10. Millfield again keeps it on the ground this time. Pregame a hole up the middle, across the 15, inside the 10, running hard, and he's down near the 9-yard line.
Stone cold Austin Brayman that time made a couple guys miss and then lowered the shoulder to pick up a couple extra yards. Great job that time by Stone Cold.
Picks up 8, 3rd down, a short 2 for the Comets. Football just inside the 10-yard line. Comets got to get to near the 8 to pick up the 1st down. Comets up to the line of scrimmage. Millfield keeps it on the ground, and that is Brayman running hard. He's got a 1st down 5. He's still on his feet, bumped down inside the 2. Nice run by Brayman. Advanced it inside the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Comets at the 2.
Right now, Brayman doing a good job running effectively, Mike. He's got 5 carries for 23 yards, and so welcome back, Brayman.
2:09 left to go, first half of play. Comets knocking on the door for the go-ahead score. We're tied at 7. Comets up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and goal inside the 2. Millfield takes the snap, keeps it on the ground, and Ehlert is knocked down near the goal line. He's stopped short. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal, about a foot outside the goal line.
That time Dakota Gettler got there right before Brayman was able to get into the end zone and knocked him down to the ground, got that knee to go down.
2nd down and goal. Comets now out of the huddle. 1:36 to go in the first half of play. Millfield standing up behind his center. Now takes the snap. Keeps it on the ground, spinning forward. Ehlert, touchdown! The Blue Comets have scored, and they have grabbed a 13-7 lead over the Fort Scott Tigers with 1:25 left to go in the first half of play.
Great call again. They went to Ehlert, who's been done a very good job in that red zone of scoring the touchdown. And I tell you what, Mike, he's got his first one here tonight.
And Nathan Ehlert in to attempt the extra point, 13-7 in favor of the Chanute Blue Comets. An impressive drive that time, DJ.
Yes, it was.
Snaps there. The placement is down by Dirks. A kick by Ehlert is up. It is good. And with 1:25 to go in the first half, our score, Chanute 14, Fort Scott 7. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Comet kickoff coming up next. You're listening to Blue Comet Football. Back live at the Cosmosphere. The Comets have grabbed a 14-7 lead with 1:25 to go in the first half. And DJ, you and I were talking during that last commercial break that pass from Dallas Millfield to Bo Smith was on a line. It almost looked like those new tools you hang on the wall and it puts the infrared line across the wall. I'm telling you, there was not much variance, was there?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Dallas Millfield did a good job. His first 2 passes weren't too great. He did a good job of doing what you're taught. He passed that ball very well, and he hit Bo Smith on the run, and Bo Smith did a good job getting up the field.
Ehlert has it teed up at the 40-yard line. The Comets to kick it off, 14-7. Will be entertained here at halftime by the Blue Comet, the pride of Blue Comet marching band. Run up and a kick, and a long, deep kick. Hyde fielded at the 10-yard line. Brought back by Chris Banks. Changes middle of the field across the 20. Driven down, and a flag goes down at the 20-yard line. Boy, that might be another face mask against the Comets, and if it is, that's going to be their 3rd of this football game, and that is the call. Wow. Don Simmons has got to be beside himself with his defense. 3 face mask penalties here in his first half. That's just a 5-yard penalty, though, right there. That's not the 15-yard flagrant style. So Fort Scott will start this drive. Nose of the football right at the 25-yard line, their own. Gettler, quarterback draw up the middle. He's across the 25-30. Nice play called by Fort Scott up near the 35-yard line and near a first down. Dakota Gettler, 6-foot junior. Saw Chanute coming with a blitz that time, stepped up in a pocket, ran the football, and picked up 10. It is the first down for Fort Scott at the 35-yard line. 1:05 to go in the first half. Clock continues to tick down.
He's got 12 carries for 43 yards, Mike.
Gettler keeps it on the ground on a draw, and carrying the football is Chris Banks. Right now, with the clock rolling, DJ, I think the Comets are willing to let them keep it on the ground and burn up some timeouts, and I think that's what we're going to get right here is a timeout with 53 seconds to play in this first half. So we have a timeout. We'll take it. Our score, Chanute 14, Fort Scott 7. Going on here, Chanute 14, Fort Scott 7. It's been a long, long time since we've knocked off this Fort Scott Tiger football team. They really took us to the house in Fort Scott last year, and the Comets would like to overturn the fortunes tonight. This game means an awful lot for the Chanute Blue Comets, dressed in the blue and gold here at the Cosmosphere.
Yeah, but right now we're seeing a classic battle of offensive line versus defensive line. Both teams are keeping it on the ground, and Fort Scott's only passed it twice, and they had one completion for 8 yards. For the most part, they've kept on the ground. Right now, Banks has 9 carries, 43 yards, and then we got about 12, 13 carries for Kettler with 43 yards.
You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KINZ 95.3 FM, Humboldt, Chanute. And if you're listening around the internet, around the world, thanks for tuning in for exciting Blue Comet Football.
Of course, you know my dad is listening on the internet. He likes to hear his son's voice every once in a while.
And a lot of them listening over in Iraq this evening. Well, it'll probably be late evening over there, but thanks for tuning in to our troops over there at 891st over in Iraq, listening on the internet tonight to Chanute Blue Comet Football. 14-7 in favor of the Chanute Blue Comets with 53 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Winner captures the district crown and a home field advantage for Tuesday's football game. The loser will be on the road for their first round game in district play. Both teams have qualified for the state playoffs. Second down and about 4 yards to go. Fort Scott running out around the corner across the 45.
Oh, buddy.
And a late flag goes down at the point of the tackle around the 48-yard line. 46 seconds left to go in the half, and we'll see what this penalty is. It's a personal foul against the Comets. And this is the 15-yard style. That's going to move the football inside the 40 and down near the 37-yard line of Chanute.
Well, that's an unfortunate call that time for the Blue Comets. He was awful close to the sidelines, which puts the kid in a tough spot. But when it's the quarterback, you know, you got to be careful with the quarterback.
So they move the football down to Chanute 37, still 46 seconds to go in the half. Fort Scott quarterback wants to throw the football. He's going to be hit and sacked back at the 42-yard line. Comets came with a blitz. Big number 64, Dwight Tenpenny was there. Brad Finley, number 40, was also there to make sure the quarterback, they made that quarterback into a tiger sandwich with a couple of Comets on the outside, misplacing the Brad that time, and 38 seconds to go in a half. Fort Scott calls a timeout. Fort Scott with the football in Comet territory, trailing by a touchdown. Football just outside the Chanute 42-yard line. Chanute came with a blitz that time. Fort Scott quarterback was knocked down, and it's going to bring up second and 16 now for Fort Scott. And they go on an inside handoff. Stood up and knocked down is Jerry Clements. They tried to cross up the Comets. Now Fort Scott's going to have to hurry up and get up the line of scrimmage on 3rd down and 12. Hurry up offense, 25 seconds, clock rolling. Dropping back, they want to throw, popping once, throwing, they're going to get intercepted. Down the sideline, there goes the Comets, this may go. They need a block. He is going to be at the 20, knocked down inside the 15-yard line at the 13 with 14 seconds to go, and that looked like Jacob Rutledge.
Great job that time of anticipation in the secondary. Mike, they just might have tied the state record there with interception number 24, and it couldn't have came at a better time.
24 interceptions for the Comets, and we're going to have to look it up. They may have tied an all-time state high school record with their 24th interception of the season.
And that's because of the pressure they were putting on Gettler. Gettler hasn't been able to get comfortable. He's been sacked twice, and every time he's dropped back, he's been hurried, and this is going to be an opportunity for the offense to get a quick strike.
First down for the Chanute Blue Comets. Football at the 13-yard line. They still got 14 seconds to go. Going to have to put it up. They do have some timeouts left, however. Milfeld fakes a handoff, rolls out left, wants to throw. Pumps once, now looks, throws into the end zone. It is up for grabs, deflected, and incomplete, in the back of the end zone. 9 seconds to go. You got really one more chance to throw it towards the end zone, DJ. There is a flag down, however, near the 10.
What's the call here?
Boy, this is might be a holding penalty against the Comets. They're going to move it back. Illegal receiver downfield. And that's going to be a penalty against the Comets. They'll move it back to the 19. You still have 9 seconds, DJ. Time to throw it up towards the end zone. Take one shot at it, and then you can still line up for a field goal if you're unsuccessful. Right now, you still have your full allotment of timeouts. Milfeld wants to throw, pumps once, looks towards the end zone, guns. It is up and incomplete. It was caught out of the end zone. And with 3 seconds to go in the first half, Chanute's going to bring on the field goal team. Football at the 19-yard line. They'll place this football provided they go for the field goal. And you would have to think they would.
Well, you got a great kicker. Nathan Aylor has made some pretty good field goal kicks this year, and without the wind being a factor.
They're going to spot this football down at the 27-yard line, making for a 37-yard field goal for Nathan Aylor with 3 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Brett Turks will hold. Comets trying to go up 10 if he can make it. Snaps there. The placement is down. The run up and the kick. It's got plenty of distance. It's on the way, and it is good. 37-yard field goal by Nathan Aylor, and that does it for the first half. Our score at halftime, Chanute 17, Fort Scott 7. Right now the captain's meeting out in the middle of the field to determine what we're going to do here in this second half. Well, you'd have to think the Comets will want the football.
Yeah.
Boy, they have been on fire. But field position really was the key.
Yeah.
DJ, in those last couple of drives.
And, you know, if you're a Fort Scott fan, you have to like what you've seen in that first half, and especially in that second quarter. We had great field position in that second quarter, and the Fort Scott defense did a good job of stopping us, and still we had the ball on the 12-yard line there at the end of the half, and they only gave up a field goal. So you can't be too disappointed in that Fort Scott defense. They've definitely been up to task here so far against that Blue Comet offense.
Well, the Chanute Blue Comets will have their option, and they elected to receive. They'll defend the south goal here at the Cosmosphere. Fort Scott will kick off and defend the north and move left to right on your radio dial here in this third quarter of play. 17-7 Comets. Right now we're 24 minutes away from an outright SEK championship. Comets trying to hold on. It would be their first outright championship since 1935. That's been a couple of years ago.
Yeah, just slightly a couple, and that's got to be exciting. I mean, with the White Sox winning the World Series, heck, we might as well go ahead and make history too and pick us up a title or two while we're on the ride. It's exciting for the Blue Comets.
Back deep for the Blue Comets, Nathan Aylor on the far side, number 84. On the near side, Bo Smith, both standing inside their own 10-yard line. Fort Scott to kick it off. Teeing it up, Stephen Doherty, a 5'9" senior for the Fort Scott Tigers. He says he's ready. And here's the run-up and the kick by the Tigers. It's going to be fielded by Aylor. He fumbles the football, now picks it back up, 20-25, down the sideline, 30, 35, and bumped out of bounds up near the 40-yard line. And we'll see where they spot the football. They'll spot him up near the 41-yard line, so the Comets are great field position to start this drive. Just underway, third quarter from the Cosmosphere.
He dropped that and picked it up right on pace, and we've had dropped a couple, 2-3 drops in the first half, and we were able to stay with it. And he stayed with it that time and got down the sideline.
Well, I'll tell you, that pigskin getting a little slick out there, as DJ said. It's starting to cool off a little bit, starting to get that night dew maybe out there. First down, Comets. Drone 41. They keep it on the ground, running hard across the 45. Pushing across the 46-yard line is 24, Austin Brayman. That time, nice to see him back in the lineup. He was set out last week with a concussion. Picked up almost 6 yards on the play. 11:35 to go in the third quarter. 17-7 Comets. They'll come up the line of scrimmage, 4 out in a pass pattern. One setback at is Austin Brayman. They keep it on the ground. To Brayman hits, spins forward across midfield. Nice run by Aylor, and he's got a first down inside the 49-yard line of Fort Scott. That was a heck of a run by Austin Brayman.
Thank you. All right, Mike, I have some quick scores here to offer. Right now, Labette and Parsons, it's 22-20 there. Labette County over Parsons right now. And Pleasanton is beating Marmaton Valley 30-16 right now, Mike.
And again, they go on a handoff up the middle, and down near the 40-yard line is Austin Brayman. Took a pretty nice tumble, but kept his feet churning, picked up almost 8, and right now that offensive line, the big rumps up front, getting it done for the Comets, DJ.
Yeah, they are, and I tell you what, Stone Cold is in the zone right now. His last few carries have been tremendous. He's really carrying that ball really good right now.
Boy, Chanute really starting to smell it a little bit. 2nd down and 2. They'd love to tack on another score right here. 10:30 to go, 3rd quarter. Again, they keep it on the ground. Brayman, big hole, 35, runs over 2 Tigers and down to the 33-yard line. Boy, Austin Brayman right now, he's a workhorse. It doesn't matter. Don't get in his way, he'll run right over you.
Yes,
First down, Comets. Chanute moving it right up the teeth of that Fort Scott defense. 4 down linemen for the Tigers. First down, Comets at the Tiger 33. And again, they go on an inside handoff. Brayman, 35-30. 25 and down near the 24-yard line. Boy, again, Austin Brayman picks up 9 on first down. His 2nd down and a yard to go for Austin Brayman and the Chanute Blue Comets. 9:54 to go. 3rd quarter, and Chanute just challenging Fort Scott at the line of scrimmage.
He's got 64 yards on 11 carries. He's really picked it up here, Mike, with his last 5 or 6 carries.
4 receivers out on a pass pattern. And again, they keep it on a draw play to Brayman. Breaks outside. He's going to be knocked down. He's near a first down, but I think he's going to be a little shy. Didn't need much, but he didn't get much either. Nice play by the Fort Scott defense. It's going to bring up 3rd down and less than a yard to go for the Comets.
I thought that might be the chance that we see the play action fake that time. That time the Comets went ahead and gave it to Brayman. He's been running the ball so effectively.
So this time the Comets will line up in a I formation. And they keep it on the ground. Brayman picks his way. He's got a first down. He's to the 23 and finally slammed back by number 81 of the Fort Scott Tigers, Justin Schroeder, 6'1", senior.
Yes, sir. First down, Mike.
And they'll move the change. First down, Chanute. Football inside the Fort Scott 23-yard line.
Right now, Chanute taking a page out of Fort Scott's book in their first drive of the first half. Chanute's starting off the second half the same way, chewing up some clock here and running the football effectively.
8:52 to go, 3rd quarter of play. Chanute. New live first down at the Tiger 23-yard line. And they fake the handoff. Rolling out right. Millfelt looks. Throws to the right corner of the end zone. He's got a man after. He makes a catch. Touchdown. Tyler Haight in the right corner of the end zone. Made a nice diving catch, but there's a flag down in the play.
Boy, I tell you what, all those are flagged down on the play.
It's going to come back. It's going to be an illegal receiver downfield, I believe.
That was
illegal receiver downfield takes the score off the board.
That was a perfect pass.
Boy, what a catch by Haight over the corner of the end zone, too. Dove headlong, hauled it in. Touchdown does not stand, and they'll penalize the Comets back outside the 25 to the 28-yard line. Still going to be first down Comets, but this time at the 28-yard line. First down at the Tiger 28-yard line. Again, the Comets out of the eye. They go on a draw play to Brayman. He picks his hole, 25, and down to the 24. Might have fumbled a football. There is a flag down right near where he was tackled. Looks like he jumped on the football. Now let's check out the flag. It is going to be face mask against the Fort Scott Tigers. Turnaround is fair play sometimes, DJ. We've had 3 face masks. Now they pick up 1. This is another 5-yard penalty. And so you're going to get first down all over again. And this time it's going to be at the 19-yard line.
Well, I would take that if I was the Blue Comets. And it's still going to be first down because of the penalty.
Well, it's going to be first, and we'll call it a long 6 yards to go for the Comets. 7:53, they'll start the clock up. Third quarter, 17-7 Comets. Millfeld under center, now turns, goes on an inside handoff. Carrying the football is Ratliff, chugs forward to the 19, might have got to the 18-yard line. Excuse me, yeah, that was Ratliff, 66.
He did an excellent job holding on to that football.
That's still going to be 3rd down and 6 now. And that's a firm 6 yards. Excuse me, 2nd down and 6. Hake goes split to the far side. Dirks to the near side. In the slot it is Ehlert. Dallas takes a long look at the defense. Keeps it on the ground. Up the middle goes Austin Brayman. Dives inside to 15, and he's down close to the 14-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down about 2. And I think right now, DJ, depends on what happens on this play. Could be in 4-down territory where they might want to try to pick up that 1st down and try to tack on some more scores.
Brayman's got 17 carries for 75 yards here unofficially here early in this second half, Mike.
Big 3rd down and 2 for the Comets. And again, they go on a handoff, and they're going to be down near a 1st down. That's a nice run. That time as the offensive line, it just kept pushing forward. Tyler Haight indicating he thinks it's a 1st down as he looks down the chains. The officials take a long look. 1st down, Comets. Well, they picked it up on 3rd and 2, and they'll move the chains down to the 12-yard line. 1st down, Comets. 17-7 in favor of the Comets. They have put on the last 17 points of this football game.
That's 1st down. That's 4 first downs here to start off this first half, Mike.
So the Comets up to the line at the 12. Now turn. They'll pitch it back to Austin Brayman. Puts his head down, pushes inside the 10-yard line. Short pickup on a play. Might have got 2 on the play. Nice pursuit by the Fort Scott defense. Off the bottom of the pile for Fort Scott, number 58, Corey Davis.
You just don't know when Coach Simmons is going to call the play fake, really keeping them cornerbacks and defensive backs and the safeties honest. He's going to hold them, and then he's going to do a play fake here. And don't be surprised if you see Dirks on a quick slant or Nathan Ehlert on a quick slant.
Don't be surprised if you see an end around. There goes a handoff to Ehlert. Tries to get around the corner. He's at the 10. He breaks inside. He's still on his feet. He's still at the 5 and pushes down near the 4. Boy, that was just brute strength by Nathan Ehlert. And he's going to be a little shy of the 1st down. He's down at the 4. They got to get to the 2. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 call. But boy, heck of a run by Nathan Ehlert.
Yes, it was. That was his 6th carry for 19 yards. He did a good job because he was hemmed in that time by Fort Scott by number 2. Jacob May came there from the safety position, recognized that end around play that you called, Mike, and he made him miss and then dragged some guys all the way to the 4-yard line with him.
3rd down and 2. Football at the Fort Scott 4-yard line. Comets knocking on the door. They keep it on the ground. And diving down near the 1st down, we'll see. It looked like Nathan Ehlert.
It was Nathan.
Depends on where they spot the football. He's near a 1st down. Boy, again, Chanute winning that offensive line battle with Fort Scott's defense. And this is going to be close enough for a measurement. Well, this is a big measurement. Is it going to be 4th and inches, or is it going to be a 1st down? We'll soon find out as they bring the chains all the way out across from the far side of the field here at the Cosmosphere. Well, this is a big measurement. If you're short, do you go for it? We'll find out. They're going to stretch out the chains, and we're going to have a Blue Comet 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 2. Travis Ratliff trying to fire up the crowd. Putting his arms in the air down on the Chanute sideline. 5:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chanute leads at 17-7, threatening for more. 1st and goal inside the 2. Millfeld standing up now under center. Turns, pitches it back to Ehlert. Sweeps the right side. He's got the angle. He's at the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Nathan Ehlert. And the Comets have scored again. And it's 23-7 in favor of the Chanute Blue Comets.
That time Nathan Ayler was able to get to the sideline. He run the race, and boy, Fort Scott coaches better be careful. They are really upset. They thought maybe Braman was holding there on the far side, but Nathan Ayler was able to use his speed and get into the end zone.
23-7. Ayler got around a corner and used his athletic ability, turned on his speed, and the Comets are in the end zone with 4:47 to go in the third quarter. 23-7 Comets. Ayler in to attempt the extra point. They'll place it down at the 10. Brett Dirks to hold. Trying to tack on another point. The placement's down. The kick is up, and this kick is boomed through. 4:47 to go in the third quarter, and our score now, Chanute 24, Fort Scott 7. Boy, what an effort out of the Comets. That's a nice drive, sustained drive, mixing it up and pushing it down the throat of the Fort Scott Tigers. Chanute now leads it by 17. Join us after the football game. We'll be going down to the Blue Comet dressing room. We'll have Joe Wood down there for conversations with the Blue Comet Locker Room show. Stay tuned. Coming up after the ball game. And don't forget, tonight a special edition. It is the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show coming up at 10:06 tonight with Eric Peterson.
Fort Scott's still upset. I mean, that coach is down there still talking to that far umpire. He's upset about that call.
Ayler has it teed up at the 40-yard line. A run up and the kick by Nathan. Boy, this is a boomer. This is deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 3-yard line. Across the 10, 15, 20. And the Comets knock him down at about the 26-yard line. And that was Chris Banks with a nice return to the 26-yard line. But boy, Chanute had about 4 guys hit him at the 20, and he was able to break loose and pick up an additional 6 yards. We got an injured Comet down on the field around the 22-yard line.
Man down. You might have had the air knocked out of him. You know, that's a long ways to run and get down there. You get hit 1 or 2 times, you get shook up. I'm sure you remember them days, Mike.
I remember a game against Fort Scott at Fort Scott.
I actually remember returning the football one time on special teams and ended up at Stormont Vale in Topeka.
I remember the smell of smelling salts. Just something you don't want to remember the rest of your life.
Yeah, buddy. Special teams is a tricky place to play.
4:39 left to go, third quarter. They'll still tend to the injured Blue Comet. He's to his feet, and we'll see who it is. That looks like Tyler Haight, 89. So it looks like he's okay. 4:39 to go, third quarter. It's going to be Fort Scott football just across their own 26-yard line.
Well, as amazing as big as Tyler Haight is, he's one of the 1 or 2 guys, first ones down the field. He races Bo Smith down there, and he gives it a pretty good run. He's big and quick.
Dakota Gettler puts a man in motion to the near side. Fakes a handoff to him. Now they go in a reverse. It goes to Banks. He's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be hit and driven down, and there's going to be no gain on the play.
Mike, this Blue Comet defense is so impressive because it looks like they're actually out there competing which one gets the tackle first. All of them want to get there first, and they start competing with one another and almost to see who gets the tackle.
Well, it's going to go for a gain of about a half a yard. Second down and long for Fort Scott. Well, they took the football right down the field in their opening drive of the football game. Time-sustaining drive and got his touchdown. Now they go on a draw play. Banks to the outside, and he's hit and pulled down at the 35-yard line. It's a nice run by Banks, but a nice open field tackle at the 35. It's going to bring up third down, and we got an injured Comet. That looks to be Nathan Ayler at 84.
Yeah, they threw a good clean block on him.
Made a tackle and might have got maybe the foot or the shoe of the Fort Scott runner in the chest. Might have knocked his air out. We'll see as they come out to check on Nathan Ayler. Boy, that'd be a big blow if he is down hurt. Boy, what a storybook season this has been for the Blue Comets. 3:50 to go, third quarter. 24-7 in favor of the Chanute Blue Comets. Check the retelecast. Blue Comet football, cable channel 5. It'll be on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. So Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, you can watch this game on cable channel 5.
If you're listening at home, you're going to want to watch this game because it's been spectacular played football game being played. Not only that, both teams have some exceptional speed. You get out here and watch these guys give it their all. Tyler Haight checks him back in. Bo Smith just checked in for Nathan Ayler.
Nathan's going to have to come off to the near side. Don Simmons walking with him, talking over his injury situation.
Tyler Haight checked in for Spencer Kepley.
Well, hopefully Nathan will be okay. Gettler and the Fort Scott Tigers facing 3rd down and 2. Flags go down. This play has come to an end. We might have had some movement on the line of scrimmage.
It might be Fort Scott. I don't know. They're backing it up like it's them.
It's going to be an inadvertent flag. You either throw the flag or you don't. It just doesn't fall out of your pocket, DJ.
Well, you know.
You either saw it or you didn't.
Yeah, he's got that coach in his ear all night. He didn't want to throw that flag standing right there. He might not make it out of his ballpark.
3rd down and 2. Fort Scott will try it again. Football at the 35. And they'll keep it on the ground and knock down up near the 1st down. It depends on where they spot the football. Looks like Jamie Westerman, 80, on the tackle for the Comets. They're going to move the chains. They got it. And the football across the 37. 1st down, Fort Scott. Here comes Nathan Ayler back in there. He's tough. He's just like a $2 steak, DJ. He keeps coming back at you. He's tough.
Yeah, he's as tough as they come. And, you're not going to miss out on this game. I don't care how hurt you are. You're going to try to get out here and compete.
Bo Smith checks out of the Comet lineup. Fort Scott just shy of their own 38-yard line. 1st down. Gettler turns, pitches back near side. Banks hits, and he is smashed at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 2. But welcome to Chanute, the Cosmosphere. Chris Banks was just smasherooed at the 40-yard line. It's a short gain of 2. But I guarantee you he'll think twice when he runs up that open field standing straight up.
Banks right now, 56 yards for the Fort Scott Tigers.
2:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. 24-7 Comets. 3 out on the pass pattern on the far side for Fort Scott. They want to roll left. They want to throw the football. Gettler wants to throw, now keeps the football, turns upfield. He's at the 45 and dives out of bounds. They'll spot him out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And it appears he has enough for another 1st down. Well, it depends on where they spot the football.
And they're going to say
it is a first down by inches. Fort Scott still on their own side of the midfield side. 2:33 to go, 3rd quarter. Comets trying to do something Chanute High School has not done since 1935, win an outright SEK championship. It's been a lot of years. 2nd and 10, or excuse me, 1st down, Fort Scott throwing 48. Gettler options now, wants to throw the football, steps back in the pocket, he's being rushed, throws it up for grabs, and throws it away. Nice rush that time by the Comets.
Boy, Gettler did a good job of avoiding the sack. I mean, he showed some skills out there tonight. He did a good job getting that 1st down before that play, and that time he did a good job of eluding the sack. Superstar Brad Finley was on his heels. Travis Ratliff was in there. He had some guys that know what they're doing inside there, and he was able to avoid getting sacked and got rid of the football.
2nd down and 10, Fort Scott. Boy, I'll tell you, if you like sports, you're going to love Chanute High School sports this year. Tennis team had a great year. The volleyball team took 2nd place in the SEK, went down to a deciding match with Iola, one of the top teams in the state. And here's a football team that's out there, and they are battling for an SEK crown tonight, a district crown, and we got a long ways to go still in this season, we hope.
Gettler 1 for 4 tonight and passing only for 8 yards.
2nd and 10, Tigers, they want to throw. Dropping back, 5-step drop, hit the backfield, drop. Back at the 43-yard line, the Comets came with the all-out rush. 3 of them in on the quarterback that time. Tyler Haight was one of them.
That was the 3rd sack, but that was Austin Brayman on the blitz. Austin Brayman got there first. He came in on the straight blitz, was untouched, and he almost avoided that sack. He almost got away that time, Mike, and they did a good job of bringing the house. He couldn't, too many Comets back there.
3 blue Comets in on that last rush, and Tyler Haight was one of them. It's going to be 3rd down and long. A passing down for Fort Scott. 1:49. Clock continues to tick, tick, tick here in this 3rd quarter. 24-7 Comets. 3 out on the pass pattern. Gettler rolls out, wants to throw, throws back, screen on the far side, and they've got it set up. 50, 45, knocked down, and I think he's up near a 1st down and around the Blue Comet 42-yard line. They had the whole flow going to the right, and they threw back to the other side of the field, the far side of the field, set up a screen. It's near a first down, and I think they got it, DJ.
That was great play calling. They passed twice today, and they've both been to Latimer, and he completed the pass.
Boy, that was a nice play set up for Fort Scott. Looked like Chanute had that play hemmed in, and they threw a screen pass to the far side of the field. As the flow of the field was going to the near side, they threw it back, had a wall set up, and fortunately, nice open field tackling for the Comets. First down, Fort Scott just outside to Chanute 41. Comets lead at 24-7. Gettler fakes it in a line, now keeps the football, turns it inside to 40. Runs hard down near the 38-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of almost 4 on the play. Best drive for Fort Scott since the opening drive of the football game.
That's exactly right, Mike. They're picking up first downs, and this is their third first down they picked up already on this drive. So both teams come out in the first drives of the second half, and both offenses show some strength.
Tigers come up, split backs. Dakota Gettler's gone all the way at quarterback. They go on an inside handoff, inside to 35 and running down near the 34-yard line. Austin Brayman in on the tackle. Chris Banks, a running back with the carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 call for Fort Scott. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Right now, Banks has got 13 carries, 64 yards, so he's having a pretty impressive night also for the Fort Scott Tigers.
10 seconds to go, third quarter. Fort Scott, 3rd down and 2. And rolling out, quarterback wants to throw. Gettler looks down towards the end zone. He throws incomplete off the fingertips. How about the 1? Good coverage downfield by Brett Dirks. And again, Brett looks to be getting up a little slowly. I'll tell you what, he's going to be a little sore tomorrow. He's really played as hard as he can play tonight. He's going to have to check out of the ball game with 2.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And again, he looks to be hurt.
He's a little sore to oil the machine down a little bit, get him vamped up. The sideline there, looks like he's grabbing his hamstring, Mike.
Might be a hip pointer.
Oh, yeah.
Not really sure. 4th down and 2. Fort Scott with 2.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Oh, why not? You trail by 17. Quarterback keeps it, and they hand off, and they got the first down inside the 30. They gave it to the fullback, running hard, Dakota Gettler, and it's going to be a Fort Scott first down, and that's going to do it. That's the final play into the third quarter. 12 minutes to try and decide this one. 3 quarters in the book, and our score. Chanute 24, Fort Scott 7 to start the fourth quarter of play. And DJ, the Comets trying to hold on. 12 minutes to go. 17-point lead, separating them from an SEK championship for the first time since 1935.
No surprise here so far. Fort Scott pretty much for this drive has been running the ball. They've been running effectively. Right now, 13 carries, 64 yards for Banks, 16 carries, 66 yards for Geffert. He's had a pretty successful night on the ground, but the Blue Comets are doing a great job when he drops back to pass. He's only completed 2 out of 6.
So Fort Scott to start the fourth quarter in Comet territory at the 29. Gettler gives off on an inside handoff to Banks. He's at the 25. He runs hard down near the 20, and he's down near another first down as a pickup of almost 10 on the play. Boy, nice run by Chris Banks. They went on an inside handoff. They're trying to keep the Comets flowing one way and come back against the grain. They've done that even on that screen pass you might remember late in that third quarter.
Yeah, they do that, and they operate primarily out of that pro set, Mike. They operate out of that pro set, and they can hand off to either guy. And right now, the man has been Banks.
Fort Scott grabbed a 7-0 lead in this football game on the opening drive of the football game. Since then, Chanute 24 straight. Handoff up the middle. The fullback takes it inside the 20. Picks up a first down. And they're going to say the football down to the 18-yard line.
See how they do that, Mike? What they do, they get in that pro set, and they do a play-action fake to the fullback, but the quarterback actually keeps it and tries to get around on the outside on that block, and he does a good job of staying low, and it's kind of decisive because you really not for sure who has the football.
So Fort Scott picking up first downs. First down at the Chanute 18. Latimer, late pitch, goes to Banks. He's got it at the 15, angles outside, he's at the 10, and he is going to be bumped out of bounds at the 8. And again, it's a pickup of almost 10 on the play, and it's near another Fort Scott first down, and all of a sudden, Fort Scott showing some life moving the football. Shoots defense Best in the SEK, giving up right at 7 points a ball game, and right now that's right where Fort Scott stands. 7 points in this football game.
15 carries, 82 yards right now for Banks.
Second down, about a yard to go. Banks got a first down. He's down to the 5. Picks up 3. Ratliff, 66, in on the tackle for the Comets. And, boy, we've got another injured Comet down. Boy, doctors are going to earn their pay on the Chanute sideline tonight. Well, Dirks is up. He's walking around. We got another Comet down on the right side of us over here. Boy, they're everywhere.
Looks like it's Ayler. Grabbing at his calf.
So we got a timeout on the field. Our score, Chanute 24, Fort Scott 7, 10:55 to go in the football game. Let's pause 30 seconds. You're listening to Chanute Blue Comet football.
At Home Savings Bank in Chanute, the customer always comes first.
Thinking of buying a new car? Or perhaps it's time for a new lawnmower? Hi, this is Becky at Home Savings Bank. Whether you are planning for a new car, vacation, home improvements, or anything else, our loans can put these purchases within your reach. I can make borrowing money easy for you. Stop by today at Home Savings Bank down on the corner of Lincoln and Walnut.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Back live at the Cosmosphere as well. The injured Comet on the near side. And he's okay. Got a score to pass along the other side of the bracket. Iola leads Girard 26-7. First down for Fort Scott.
That's what he...
Handoff. And Banks carrying a football. He's down near the 2-yard line.
Okay.
24-7 in favor of the Comets. It's going to be second and goal, Tigers. So second down, knocking on the door, trying to get a score. Banks again into the end zone for a Fort Scott Tiger touchdown. And the Tigers on the board. And it's 24-13 in this football game, far from being over. The Tigers come right back down. They march it down the field for the score.
Banks really did a wonderful job on that drive, carrying pretty much most on them carries. He just pretty much put Fort Scott on his back and ran the football well.
Doherty in to attempt the extra point. High snap, placement down. The kick is on the way, and this kick is good. 10-11 to play in a football game. Our score now, Chanute 24 and Fort Scott 14. There is a flag down. We'll find out what this flag is all about, first of all. They're out on the field and talking things over out there. A couple of the officials. And we'll have to see. We still have not got any indication from the head official, who's over and yelling over at the Fort Scott bench now. And both teams are making their way out. Apparently, it's a penalty against the Comets. The play stands, and our score with 10-11 to play in the football game, it is Chanute 24, Fort Scott 14. Football game. It's now a 24-14 football game. And boy, that field goal for Chanute right before halftime on the final play of the half really looks pretty big right now, DJ. Gives you a 2-possession lead over the Fort Scott Tigers.
I'm trying to figure out, they're kicking off from the 45 here.
Well, the Comets had that 5-yard penalty.
I thought it said it was declined.
It was an illegal participation. What happened was when Fort Scott went to kick the extra point, the Comets jumped on the back and tried to get up over the top and block that point. It's a 5-yard penalty. It was declined on the extra point. It was assessed on the kickoff.
Oh.
Now deep kickoff taken off by Ayler. He tries to break the outside, tries to turn the corner. He's at the 15, cuts back. He's on his feet and driven down at around the 20-yard line, and that's it. So the Comets in a little bit of a hole right now. They got to keep that offense cranked up. 24-14 Comets, 10:02 to play. And again, Iola leading Girard 26-7.
Ringwald, the quarterback, has over 200 yards rushing in that football game, so he's off having the night of his life against Girard.
Boy, Iola has really played good football, and it just goes to show how big that football game was here last week.
You're right, Mike. You're right.
Columbus, at last chance we saw, was leading Coffeyville 12-0. They had a pretty good one going on between the Battle of Labette County. Labette County leading Parsons 22-20 at the half. Fumble. Fort Scott says they have it, and they do. They've got the football at the Chanute 23.
Looked like Travis Ratliff fumbled that football.
Wow. Now you've got to have the defense step up right now. This football game, there's a lot of time left on it. 9:56 left to play. Comets with a 10-point lead, but Fort Scott has got the football back, and we've got an injured player, and it looks like it is Austin Brayman. He's going to have to check out the ball game. And here comes Donnie Rucker in there to replace him. Boy, Chanute's players going down like flies tonight. We've had a lot of injuries.
Well, they're waking up here over here on the Fort Scott sideline. A lot of folk. Probably the biggest support we've seen so far from the road team.
First down, Fort Scott. And they're going to draw play. A big hole, 20-15. And down to the 14-yard line and near a first down. Boy, Fort Scott making some noise, and Chanute right now needs to find the fire hose and put out the fire. Fort Scott all of a sudden has caught fire. It's 24-14 Comets. But Fort Scott with a lot of time to play. 9.5 minutes to go, down by just 10 points now. And knocking on the door, second down and about a foot to go for a first down. Quarterback keeps the football. He's driven down short game, but he might have enough for a first down.
And there they go without that pro set, the fake handoff to the fullback. Quarterback Gefford hanged on to it. That time Brad Finley was able to get to the backfield. And he keyed on the quarterback. We want to see where they get that spot.
Gettler didn't need much, but they're going to call for a measurement out near the 14-yard line.
Boy,
Brad Finley in on that last tackle for the Comets.
Boy, Banks has really turned it on. He just crossed the 100-yard mark. And he's really turned it on here in this second half.
They're going to stretch it out. He's going to be short. And it's going to bring up third down in inches for Fort Scott. Just inside the Chanute 14-yard line. More importantly, DJ, that makes you run another play, and that clock, 9:02, still a lot of time to be played.
Yes, sir.
Gettler, quarterback keeper, he's got a first down, hit and driven back, but they'll give him forward progress down near the 12-yard line. First down, Fort Scott, following the Blue Comet fumble. Chanute leads at 24-14, but Fort Scott threatening. Comets went to this fourth quarter with a 24-7 lead. Those are the football just inside the Chanute 12-yard line. Chanute needs his defense to really step up. And they keep it on the ground. Banks over right tackle, hit, knocked down. Bo Smith, 22 in there for the Comets. Short gain on the play, got down to the 11, picked up a yard. Chanute stacked it up at the line of scrimmage. Gain of a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 11. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line.
This is 4-down territory, of course, for Fort Scott, unless they try to get rid of that field goal here, Mike. This might be interesting to see what the play calling will be here, Mike, for Fort Scott.
2nd down and 9 from the Chanute 11. Split backs behind Gettler. Quarterback keeps the football, 10-5 touchdown.
Wow.
Dove into the end zone for a Fort Scott touchdown. The Tigers pull closer to the Chanute Blue Comets. It's now 24-20.
That's Gefford's second rushing touchdown of the ball game. And they did. They've been doing that pro set, and they've done a good job of faking to the fullback. Gefford kept it again, Mike.
Boy, we got a whole new ball game now. Doherty in to attempt the extra point. High snap. The placement is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And with 7:56 left to play, we got a ball game going on. Chanute 24, Fort Scott 21. Still leads 24-21, and now that field goal looks huge right before the end of the first half, DJ.
Yeah, it is huge, but I tell you what, we need to get some offense brewing up here. Had a great first drive of starting off the third quarter.
Now Chanute needs to hold on to that football.
Yes, sir.
Tigers to kick it off. Doherty has it teed up at the 40. And the kick is away. It's going to be fielded at about the 7, across the 10, 15, 20. Holds elbows up, 25, 30, 35. Outside 40, 45 midfield. Down the sideline, he needs one block. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Joe Smith with a flag is down in midfield. Smith took it all the way, but there's a flag down in midfield.
Doggone it. Oh, man. I was watching too, Mike. I was really watching to see if I could.
I think they're going to bring this one back. Boy, nice return by Smith. And this may be a block in the back up near midfield.
Doggone it.
It is going to be a penalty against Chanute, taking another score off the board. And it's going to be all the way back at the Chanute 38-yard line is where the Comets will start this drive. 7:41 to play in a football game. Boy, the Comets needed that one. They had a hold on the Comets, moved it back to the 38-yard line of Chanute. Now Chanute's got to get that offense cranked back up,
Yes,
DJ.
sir. Yes, sir.
Dallas Millfeld talking things over with some of his players on his offensive squad. Now yelling out to the near side. Now we're going to have a timeout call. Timeout comes, 7:41 to play in the fourth quarter. And our score, Chanute 24, Fort Scott 21. Boy, we had a lot of excitement on that kickoff return by Smith, but the holding call moved it back to the 38-yard line. The Comets will set up camp. They needed to make sure they're on the same page. They burnt the timeout. Shoot down to 2 timeouts left in the game. Fort Scott still has its full allotment of 3. First down, Comets, Strone 38-yard line. They'll line up in an I formation. Millfeld keeps it on the ground. Freeman a hole across the 40, 45. Chugs forward, picks up 8 yards on the play, almost 9. Nice run by Austin Brayman, the junior running back, coming back after a concussion, running hard. Picks up 9 in the play. It's going to bring up second down and short, a luxury player for this offense.
And boy, Stone Cold's been running that ball really well tonight. He has 87 yards here tonight, too, so he's done a great job.
Second down, a yard. Look for maybe the Comets to try to confuse them and go up top on second and short. Millfeld keeps it on the ground to Brayman, and he's up near a first down. He didn't get a lot of running room, but he didn't need a lot. Depends on if it's a left foot, right foot spot. They're going to look down the sideline. It is the first down, Comets. First down at the 49-yard line, their own. Well, they picked up the first down, moved the chains, pick up a allotment of 4 new downs. And we have turned under 7 minutes left to play in this football game. Comets trying to hold on for their first outright SEK championship since 1935 and a district championship. Trying to go into uncharted waters where no Blue Comet team has been in near future. First down and 10. Quick pitch. Now they go to reverse to Smith. Trying to get around the outside. He's at the 40. Cuts back against the grain. Still in the backfield. He's going to be driven down. It's going to be a loss in the play. That play was too late and too deep developing, DJ. He got back to the 46, but it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play.
I thought they were going to fake handoff that time. That might have been a great time to fake the reverse.
Well, Bo that time, DJ, as we saw it materialize, you're right. It was coming to the near side for Ehlert, but it looked like Bo was a little too far deep.
Yeah, he was way
coming
deep.
Back the other way,
Yep.
and it play was just too long to develop. Second and 13, Comets, maybe a passing down to their own 46. 5:53 left to play in the football game. Millfeld keeps it on the ground. Brayman across midfield. Hole opens up 45-40, and he's got a first down. Rumbles inside the 40 to to the 38-yard line.
He fumbled it, Mike.
A big first down, or did he fumble? I think he
Kepley got it.
Down.
He got the first down, and Kepley recovered the first.
Spencer Kepley recovers the fumble. The big guy, 6'7", wrestles the football, and it's down at the 38-yard line. First down, Comets. Comet fans breathing a little sigh of relief. Boy, that's a nice run by Pregame.
Yes, it was, and that's his 20th rush tonight. They've been getting him the ball all night long, and he's been making them pay off.
You know, our offensive line is doing a great job right now. First down, Comets at the 38. 5:32 left to play. 24-21 Comets. 3 out on a pass pattern. Twins to the near side. I formation.
Coach Simmons really milking that clock down there, letting Millfield know when to hike it.
Now Millfield under center. Turns, gives off, and it's going to be Ratliff bouncing outside. 35-30 down the sideline. 25-20, and he's running hard down to the 16-yard line. Travis Ratliff running hard for the Comets, picks up a first down. But you're right. Right now, Coach Simmons over on the near sideline, he sees the clock. He knows when they start the clock, and he counts down, and he's taking as much time off that clock as he can take.
Yeah, buddy, he's taking some. You know, we usually hurry up. He's chewing up that clock right now.
Now, if you're sitting in the stands, look, Coach Simmons has his hand in the air. Dallas is looking over to the near side, and when Don puts his hand down, that means he only has a few seconds to snap the football.
He's going to make Fort Scott.
Okay, he put his hand down. Now Dallas under center, goes, keeps it on the ground, and inside the 15-yard line. Looks to be Austin Brayman, and boy, he looks hurt again. Oh, they're going to spot him down. They're going to say a knee went down right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Boy, right now you need a touchdown, DJ. You're just outside the 15-yard line, 2nd and 10. Boy, a field goal still makes it one possession, and Fort Scott can win it with a touchdown. 24-21, Comets by 3. They have the football. Power I formation, slot in tight on the right side. They'll turn, they work toward the power. They're pitching it back to Ehlert. Hit, dives down near the 15-yard line. Not much running room, might have got a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Interesting here. Interesting stuff brewing. Interesting stuff here brewing. That time Ehlert wasn't able to get to the outside, and they were really playing that play well, Mike. And is this a passing down, or is he going to keep it on the ground?
Boy, I don't know. 3rd down and 10. 3:34 left to play in the football game. Fort Scott has a full allotment of timeouts at 3. Millfield looks over to the near side. Now under center. And he wants to throw the football. Rolls out. Pumps once. And he's going to keep the football. Breaks outside. Back to the middle of the field. He's at the 10-yard line. Picks up 5. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. 3:07 left to play in this football game. And the clock continues to tick. We're going to go under 3 minutes before they snap this football next. Again, keep in mind, Fort Scott has 3 timeouts left. 24-21, a field goal really doesn't do you a lot of good. Yeah, it'll help you. Right now, you're facing 4th down. I think right now you go for it, DJ. Here's my reasoning. If you don't make it, they've got to go 90-plus yards. If you do, you take a 6-point lead, but you kick off, they could run it back, they could get good field position, and all they need is a touchdown to win a football game. But right now, both teams are going to talk things over. Timeout, 2:34 left to play, and our score, Chanute 24, Fort Scott 21, facing 4th and 4 at the Fort Scott 10-yard line. We talked it over, DJ, during the break. We said, look, if you go for it, you don't make it, they're going to have to go at least 90 yards with the football.
Yeah. I agree with you, because if they have to go 90 yards, if we don't make it, we're still playing at our strength. They're going to have to pass the ball through our secondary. But it's a tough call. You know, that's why Coach Simmons gets paid the big bucks.
Well, they got 4 out in a pass pattern. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 4. Football at the Tigers' 10-yard line to put a man in motion. They fake the handoff. Millfield rolls out, hits, spins loose. Now looks downfield, looking towards the end zone, throws into the end zone. It is incomplete. Fort Scott takes over. Millfield got smashed at around the 15.
How do you not throw the flag? The player, how do you not throw the flag on that play on Millfield? That was unsportsmanlike conduct and no call.
Dallas got creamed, and Coach Simmons out there bending the ear of the official, and boy, that looked like a late hit around the 15-yard line, knocked Dallas completely out of bounds after he threw the football, but nothing's called. Fort Scott takes over. They got to go 90 yards, 2:25 and 3 timeouts left. 24-21 Comets. Comets trying to win the SEK outright for the first time since 1935, but they got to put it in the hands of the defense. First down Tigers. They want to throw. They pump once. Looking down the right sideline. They put it up for grabs. It's up and incomplete. Nice coverage by Chanute's secondary down the right sideline.
Right now,
game layout was Bo Smith over there and Nathan Ehlert on the coverage.
Right now, Gettler's 2 for 7. Only 2 completed passes, and 1 was a screen pass, so he's had a tough time passing the ball. He's been sacked 3 times, Mike. He's been hurried up every time he's dropped back.
2:19 left to play in the football game. Second down and 10. Fort Scott at their own 10. And they're going to keep it on the ground, breaking to the outside. And knocked down at the 9-yard line is Chris Banks. Gain of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Right now, you're in 4-down territory, DJ.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they got to get a first down, and the first down stops the clock. So
clock turns. 1:55 left to play in the football game. Keep in mind, Fort Scott still has 2 timeouts left. 3rd down and 6. And the quarterback hands off and knocked down on a play. It's going to bring up 4th down, and the Tigers are going to have to burn a timeout with 1:40 left to play. And this football back at the 9. It's a loss in the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 7 with 1:40 to play. Our score, Chanute 24, Fort Scott 21. Let's pause for a 30-second timeout. This is Blue Comet football.
That's the 14.
Ash Grove Cement Company of Chanute leads the world in the production of Portland cement. They are proud to sponsor this broadcast of the Chanute Blue Comets athletic programs. The youth of our community are the future leaders of our country. It is hard-working, academically strong individuals that gives us the hope of a bright future. The Ash Grove Cement Company of Chanute, their employees and staff join together in wishing the best of luck to the Chanute Blue Comets during the sports seasons.
Back live, Chanute Community Sports Complex. Before we went to the break, I said they were down at the 9. They're at the 14-yard line. It is still 4th and 7, Fort Scott. This may be coming down to 1 play, DJ.
Mike, something that's significant is Brett Dirks hasn't been in the game predominantly much, a whole lot in the second half. They've been running with Bo Smith, and they've been having Nathan Ehlert help out from the safety position. Let's see if that secondary can hold it down, Mike. 4th down and a long 7 here, Mike.
1:40 to go. 4th and 7. Play of the game right here. Fort Scott, one last chance. Rolling out, Gettler wants to throw the football. Looking. Forced to run the football. He is across the 20. He's up near a first down. Did he get it? I believe so. We'll see. It depends on where they spot the football.
Yeah, he looks like he got that.
First down, Fort Scott. Boy, what an effort by Dakota Gettler, the quarterback, on a quarterback roll out to the right side. He wanted to throw the football. Great coverage by Chanute's secondary. He had to run the football. He needed 7. He picked up 7.5. First down across the 20, near the 21-yard line. They still got a long ways to go, and 1 timeout and 1:32 left to play.
I was just about to say the same thing. They got a long ways to go. Fort Scott fans on the feet, Chanute fans on the feet, Mike.
Wide receivers left and right. Quarterback draw up the middle. Gettler takes it across the 25. He's up across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and he's got, appears, another first down. Clock stop as they move up to the line of scrimmage. They'll move the chains. Fort Scott at their own 31. Shoot trying to hold on. 24-21 Comets.
23 carries, 98 yards for Gettler.
Gettler wants to throw the football. Throws right. It is incomplete.
He's 2 for 8 right now with his passing, Mike, and they're not really showing any deep threat. He hasn't really thrown downfield yet. So they're really counting on the running the football to get him down the field.
1:17 left to play. Surprised this crowd isn't louder than what they normally have been. They've rocked this metal stands before here. Now it's getting loud. First down, the 31-yard line. And a handoff at the middle. And that is Jake Latimer. Boy, taking time off the clock, DJ. I'm kind of concerned about the play call for Fort Scott.
I'm not. Keep calling it the way they're calling it, and we'll take it.
We got a timeout on the field. That's called by Fort Scott. That's their last timeout. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Let's keep it right here with 1:11 left to play in this football game. 24-21 Comets, 3rd down and 7. You're in 4-down territory. 1:11 to work with. They just burnt their last timeout.
Yeah, that's I don't know about that play call. They tried to trick us. They finally gave the ball to the fullback. You know, they've been play action faking to him tonight, and Gefford's been keeping it. They finally gave it to Latimer, and the Blue Comets did a good job stopping that up the middle run. So this is not, Fort Scott just hasn't been able to look at, and that's what I was saying earlier. When you don't have the quarterback or the deep threats downfield, it really makes it tough on your football team, and that's why you were right earlier when you said that Coach Simmons ought to go for it on 4th down, because it's really put Fort Scott to have to do almost the impossible and go down the field, because Gefford can't get the ball down the field when it comes to throwing it.
Gettler does a nice job running the option. And, you know, you think if you're going to keep it on the ground, you might go to Banks because he has a little bit of breakaway speed. But I don't know about giving it to Latimer. He's a nice player, but, you know, he's not going to go up the middle and go 85 yards for you.
Banks has got 21 carries. Gefford's got 23. 23 carries is way too many for your quarterback. In my opinion, he's got 23 carries. He's almost got 100 yards. That's still too many carries for your quarterback. He is out there to throw the ball or run the option. He just can't carry the ball 25 times a game.
3rd down is 7. Gettler drops back. Wants to throw across the middle. It's up for grabs. It is tipped away, incomplete. Tipped away at the 40-yard line by Nathan Ehlert. And now we're looking at 4th and 7 from the 35-yard line of Fort Scott. 1:06 left to play in the football game. And again, it comes down to a big 4th and 7 call for the Fort Scott Tigers.
I looked up Brayman, Bo Smith, Nathan Ehlert were all downfield, running down the field, and they were streaking. And that's a tough group of guys to have to sprint and get behind. Could you imagine having to sprint and getting behind Brayman, Smith, and Ehlert? You got a ways to run, and you better be moving.
This is the biggest play in 70 years. 4th and 7. Pitch out to the near side. Comets hem him in, and the ball carrier up near a 1st down. And boy, this is going to be close, DJ. That was a heck of a play. Nice pitch. Banks is up near the 1st down, and he's got the 1st down. Again, needed 7, got 7.5. Wow.
That was a good play call in that time. They hit Banks in the flats. Banks actually got up in the flats and made the catch.
50 seconds left to play. Fort Scott, new life. Gettler throws out in the flat, is going to be caught on the far side across midfield in the Comet territory at the 46-yard line, stopping the clock. It's another Fort Scott 1st down. 43 seconds left to play. Chanute 24, Fort Scott 21.
That time Schrader did a fake slant and actually curled to the outside, and a great pass that time to Gefford. He goes 4 for 11, and so they're looking downfield just a little bit. They're not throwing it far downfield. They're looking underneath.
Fort Scott split backs. Now they pitch it back. They want to throw a halfback pass. Hit as he throws it up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by the Comets. 30-35. Comets have the football. And that might be a record-breaking interception. 33 seconds left, an interception. Fort Scott tried to go to the trick bag, and the Comets have intercepted.
Well, great awareness by the safety, Nathan Ehlert. He sniffed out the halfback pass. We called it too. Nathan Ehlert got up there and got the interception. Like you said, that might be the state breaking record, number 25 of the year. And on top of that, it will cement us as the SEK League champions this year, Mike.
Well, now you don't want to fumble the football. 33 seconds left. Comets need to just run out the final 33 seconds. And now we've got a timeout on the field called by the Comets. Comets trying to break a 20-year losing streak to Pittsburgh, I believe, somewhere around there. And right now, trying to win an SEK crown outright for the first time since 1935. They're 33 seconds away. 24-21, Comets have the football, and right now just hold on to the football. Dallas Millfeld under center. Takes a snap, goes to a knee, and they're going to count down the clock. Fort Scott can't stop the clock. And they're going to mark the football. Just celebrating. I'm not sure if they have to snap the football one more time or not. 15 seconds left to play in this football game. They're counting it down here at the Cosmosphere.
I don't know how far back you got to go since the last time Chanute beat Fort Scott and Pittsburgh in the same year. But
3
it
seconds,
has
2,
been done.
1. It doesn't matter. It's over. The Chanute Blue Comets are the SEK champions, district champions, and they are 8-1. They knock off the Fort Scott Tigers here at the Cosmosphere by the score of 24-21. It is jubilation here at the Cosmosphere, and everybody lining up on the north end of the stadium to greet the Blue Comets on their way to the dressing room. Stay tuned. Our post-game show is coming up next, and we'll be going down to the dressing room with Joe Wood for interviews down in the dressing room. That's all coming up. Comets win it. The SEK Championship 24-21 over the Fort Scott Tigers. The final score, and now it is mayhem out in the middle of the field. The fans couldn't wait any longer. They are piling out to the middle of the field to celebrate the first SEK Championship outright for the Chanute Blue Comets since 1935. The Blue Comets are the champions of the SEK. They are the district champions, and they will host a game Tuesday night right here at the Cosmosphere. The opponent yet to be determined, but we will be here Tuesday night to bring you Chanute Blue Comet football, and it sounds so good. They are the SEK champions.
Coach Emmons got everybody down there on one knee. He's going to talk to everybody out there, fans included. You got to be excited for these young guys. They've been through a lot. A lot of these guys were playing varsity their sophomore year, playing varsity their junior year, and they took a lot of lumps 2 years ago, Mike. And me and you had to call them games. It was a tough time. And if every kid in Kansas that is on a losing team could see this ball club right here. They've taken some lumps, and they've worked their behinds off. They've been through a couple of coaching changes, and here they are. They've played hard, and they've done the off-season stuff, and they believe more than anything. They believe in their coaching staff, and Coach Simmons has come, and they're winning now, and it's exciting for them. You can't help but tip your hat to everybody down there involved in that program.
Well, let's go back 6.5 weeks, DJ. The Comets coming off that impressive victory over Coffeyville, went down to Labette County, and were moving the football, and then all of a sudden the second half just ran out of gas. Labette County beat us down there. All of a sudden we're 1-1. We've lost our starting quarterback, and all of a sudden Dallas Millfeld gets thrown into the fire. We're 1-1, and you kind of go, well, what's going to happen to this football team? Wow. Dallas Millfeld matured as a quarterback.
Yeah.
The offensive line came together. The defense just got great. And I'll tell you what, this team is playing some outstanding football. We're going to be going down to Joe Wood down in the dressing room here in a little bit. As soon as the Comets get down there, right now they're in the middle of the field being greeted by the Blue Comet fans. And this has just been a great sight. This is just something and folks, if you're listening out there in radio world, I tell you what, folks, you needed to be here. This is one of the best football games I've seen in a long, long time. It came right down to the final seconds. The Comets did what they had to do, and they picked off their 25th pass of the season. And again, we're going to have to check that to see if that is a new state record. But any way you figure it, this has been a great season, and we hope it's just starting to continue.
I hear you, and I tell you what, they got "We Are the Champions" playing, and you can't help but be proud of these young men. And I think the most impressive thing about this football team is that the team concept is so true. I mean, Dallas Millfeld stepped up, but I tell you what, that defense, I mean, when you look at Tenpenny and Rutledge and Ratliff and Dirks and Ehlert and Brayman, what they all bring defensively, and then up front with Garza, they've done a great job, and they've done a great job as a team. And this is something that they're going to talk about for years and years to come. We're talking about 10, 15 years from now. They'll recall these football games in these days as being declared number one.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's an awful lot of people still in the stands, but look at the crowd down by the Chanute Blue Comet dressing room here at the Cosmosphere. And again, Tuesday night they will be here. First round of the district playoffs and by-district playoffs, rather. And we want to invite everybody out here. It's going to be a 7 o'clock kickoff on Tuesday. And I guarantee you there's going to be an awful lot of people out here to boost on this football team. A lot of people from around the area that has been supporting their teams are going to be over here too. This is an exciting football team. They're fun to watch. And again, we don't know who the opponent's going to be. We'll probably know maybe later on tonight. And again, we urge you to stay tuned on KINZ following our broadcast for the Kansas High School Sports Scoreboard Show Coming up at 10:06, Eric Peterson will be your host, and he'll give you all the scores around the state of Kansas from Class 4A all the way down to 8-man. All the scores across the state of Kansas right here on KINZ 95.3 FM, 24-21, the final score in favor of the Blue Comets. And DJ, Fort Scott went right down the field on the opening kickoff. They scored. They took 9 minutes and 15 seconds on a drive. And, boy, that's an impressive drive. The Comets came right back in about 30 seconds and tied it up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I got the scoring summary right here, Mike. It started, like you said, with a one-yard touchdown run by Gettler. The extra point was good, made it 7-0. And the Comets came right back. Second play of their series with the 80-yard touchdown catch to Brett Dirks. Extra point was good, made it 7-7. The next score didn't come until the second quarter with 1:25 left to go. One-yard touchdown run by Nathan Aylard. Extra point was good, made it 14-7. And then, Mike, a huge play, and pretty much the play of the game, an interception by Rutledge, got it down the sidelines to about the 14-yard line. We ended up having to kick a field goal for 37 yards. It was good by Aylard, made it 17-7. And then the next touchdowns all came in the third quarter. 1-yard touchdown run by Aylard. Extra point was good, made it 24-7. And then with 10-11 to go in the fourth quarter, third-down touchdown run by Banks. Extra point was good, made it 24-14. They scored with 7:56 left to go in the fourth quarter. 11-yard touchdown run by Gettler, his second of the night. Extra point was good, made it 24-21. And then Aylard's big interception. And so, Mike, that field goal and the interception by Rutledge, and again, that defense secondary ended up pulling out another game for us.
Well, the Blue Comets posing for their SEK championship pictures out in the middle of the field, their district championships. Don Simmons getting a congratulations handshake in the middle of the field. There go the Comets to the dressing room. And again, we're going to get comments from Joe Wood down in the dressing room here in just a little while as the Blue Comets, the SEK champions, outright for the first time since 1935. And, you know, we sound a little bit excited, DJ, rightfully so, for this football team. But Fort Scott's a team that this is something that happens every year to these guys. They're always district champions or SEK champions.
Yeah, they have had that taste, and that may be what hurts the most for Fort Scott. I mean, this is going to be a year that they didn't win it. But I think the most thing that I can take from this team is that for the first time in a long time, a team that stuck to the team concept, a team that stuck to the hard work ethic, actually wins one, and a group of good guys actually wins one, and you got to love that. I tell you what, that's something you teach the kids so much, and oftentimes they don't always end out on the winning side of it all. And this team, like I said, 2 years ago, they were told to keep playing hard and keep believing, and now here they are as seniors enjoying in a championship, and you can't help but be happy for them for putting in that time.